in a way, I kind of understand when like African Americans is like, y'all saying this to be
I
rude, you
do.
know?
I do.
But at the
I
same
do.
time, I just don't think all slurs are equal. Like, I feel like trying to
You know?
equalize the slurs and saying that they have the same impact is disingenuous because some slurs got
It
blood
is.
behind them. Okay, I understand why we don't say. I understand why there's rules around who can say that, but this is
Yeah.
just ignorance. This is just being unfamiliar with the others that look like you. You know.
You want to see Kelele? Roll up my weed, let me be Kelele. As I spend my money.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your favorite podcast, Vita Leaf and Banter. I'm your host, Awa, aka Fine Gal. This is my co host, Tazi. Tazi, say hi to the people.
Hi, people. How's it going? Cool. Sazi, how y'all doing?
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So today we're going to get right to it. So, our topic for today is Akata a slur? Oof.
Kata is
Is Akata a
slur.
slur? So, to start, we're going to define things because we love coming with facts. So, first, we're going to define what is a slur so that we can accurately categorize what slur means. So, according to Google Dictionary, a slur
Correct.
is an insinuation or allegation about someone that is likely to insult them or damage their reputation. Okay.
Mhm.
Now that we've put that in place, Tazi, tell me what
Mhm.
you think. Is a kata a slur?
All right. Technically, it's a slur. Technically. But I think, like, slurs, I think the definition is a little too strong for the way people express the word
Mm-hmm.
Akata in today's culture. The definition isn't really befitting of we what Akata is and means in today's
Okay,
climate.
so how is it used? What does a kata mean to you? How has it been used? How has it been defined to you?
Okay, so for example, when I was going to boarding school in Cameroon, by my estimation, I don't believe myself to be Akata, right? But they will have them little moments every now and then where I will just do something that's very, very American esque, very, very
Give an
Western,
example.
and they'll just okay. For example, like let's just say it's a good example. Let's say I put water in a bucket first, right? And then I open my sachet of Omo and pour it into
You got to define these things. People don't
bucket.
know what these things are.
So when you like in boarding school, you have to wash clothes in a bucket, right? So you put your bucket of water and Omo is laundry detergent. It's a powdered laundry
Mhm.
detergent. So you would open the sachet of Omo. It's like in a small plastic
Mhm.
bag, right? And you rip it open, you put it in the water. Somebody who is native to Cameroon would look at you and just be like, Akata, because it's like it's like you're doing it the
Mhm.
wrong way. Put the detergent first, because for them it's like when you open it and pour it inside, some is getting wasted
Right.
into the air.
Wasted
So
into the
expect you to,
air.
you feel me? Like you're
Perfect.
wasting
And so you
detergent.
pour it in the bucket first, and then you
Put it
put the water,
in
so it
the bucket first, yeah.
dissolves. Got you. It makes
So it
sense. It makes
dissolves.
sense.
It makes
It makes
sense,
sense.
no?
Okay. So it does so as it's been defined to you as just Western behavior.
Yeah, it's Western behavior, just like the way that West people of the West behave.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is that is what Akata is at least that's what it
Right, but
means to
Akata
me.
is used to primarily describe African Americans specifically, right? So if
Mhm.
you're saying people of the West, what is it about African Americans that make them specifically Akata?
So all right, when we refer to African Americans as Akata, we are not necessarily using it in a derogatory way. It's more so we are highlighting a particular way of life that is significant to that community.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be negative. So, for example, if you if typically I don't eat fried chicken and you eat fried chicken, I'm not saying that like and fried chicken is native to you. I would say, nah, I cut that chop than that. I'm not- And that's just it. Now I cut that chop than that meaning
This is
that
what they eat.
yeah, I
This
cut
is
this is what
right.
they
This is
eat.
yeah.
People of the people who the people who behave in the manner of like the West, they're black. This is what they eat.
Right.
That's all. It's not and in like in the defense of African American people, sometimes I go around the fucking fob Africans, as we may call. We
We
have
have our own lingo,
our
our own
own
categories of
our
people.
own
There's
lingo
more.
amongst first generation
Right.
Africans. You got the ones like us, the
Mhm.
flavored ones. You got the fobs. For those of y'all don't know, fob stands for fresh off the boat.
One of them
Fob stands for
ones.
fresh
That's
off
one of
the
them
boat.
ones.
You feel me?
I only hear that
And
used
you got the
amongst
fob.
Africans though. You know what I mean?
You
I
said
only hear the
what?
term fob used amongst Africans
Yeah,
and
it's only used
mostly
among
used amongst first gen because it's like there's a specific thing that makes you a fob. Like that's different than first gen.
man. It's a. I was in the club. I was in the club yesterday and with some fob shit on. Straight up, hey brother, how are you? I'm like, oh nigga, relax. We're in the club, bro. We're
Be
in the
cool,
club.
keep it
I know
P,
we
keep
need
it
it to
P, keep it P.
be. It's bottle being swung around here like be. But yes, we have our own ways that we used to describe, and one who is defined as a fob could consider this
Right,
offensive.
right. There is the
Get over
offense
yourself,
goes both ways.
you know. So amongst the fobs, when I come around,
You're a
a
kata amongst
way
them.
to kind of be like,
Mhm.
you feel me, to get the conversation going, pick on me a little bit, it'll be like, I got that
Right.
man. And low key, they
It's
hating on
dry
you.
hating.
Low key. They low key hating on you. They want to
Right. You
be
got that
you. They
sauce.
want that little sprinkle of
Hmm.
flavor, that sprinkle of Western flavor that you got, and they don't got
Right.
it for real.
Right.
All they can do is speak on
That's why
you
I agree.
that you're not African enough.
Exactly. I agree. I feel like I get called Akata often by other West Africans, but I always know it's not, you don't like, you're trying to be shady, but you're
That's
just, but
all
at
of
the end
them.
of the day, I got something that you want and it's okay. Like it's cool. I know.
Uh-huh.
I know I cracked the
And when they
code.
can't relate to you on that level, when they can't relate to you on that level, they hit you with like what I call like the suffer
Hmm.
wars, where it was like you don't even understand, you don't know what it means to eat Gary in the village. It's like nigga, I don't know what it means. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
What you
what do you want
want
me
me
to
to
say? I never ate Gary.
do?
What you want me to do?
No, for real.
What you want
For
me to
real.
do?
I had a similar situation. One of my coworkers who's also Cameroonian, and she didn't know that I was Cameroonian, and she said, "Oh, I thought you were Akata," and I was like, "You trying to be shady?"
Trying to
Because I know you
shady.
saw that name on that paper, and you did not think I was. You did not. You just trying to be shady. You just trying to, so in a
You
way I kind of understand when like African Americans is like, y'all saying this to be
I
rude,
do. I do.
but at the
I
same
do.
time I just don't think all slurs are equal. Like I feel like trying to
You know?
equalize the slurs and saying that they have the same impact is disingenuous because some slurs
It,
got
it
blood
is.
behind them. Okay, I understand why we don't say, I understand why there's rules around who can say that, but this is
Yeah.
just ignorance. This is just this is just
Not bad.
being unfamiliar with the others that look like you, you know? That's all.
That's all it is. That's all it is. I even look at it like, okay, for example, like we spoke about this too. The word nigger
Hard R.
was hard R was a terrible way to describe black people at one point in time. It was a fucked up way to describe people
Beyond
of our
terrible.
skin.
That shit was like spitting on you damn near.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And like Oprah Winfrey generation, they despise it. But
Yeah.
like African Americans in this country, they repurpose the word and it don't mean what it means anymore.
Has,
It literally doesn't.
I mean, it does coming from certain people's mouths,
Yeah,
right?
it does
Because
come from certain people.
it can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
be
yeah.
weaponized against black people in general, right? But
Uh-huh.
getting the power back from it, it does not have the same impact as it did before.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
same with Akata. Whoever determined that word and was trying to use it as a way to really be like really other, groups of
Uh-huh.
people. It's not the same level of othering that it used to have. It's not.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a distinctive thing now. It's like when you say Akata, everybody know what you mean. Like everybody knows what you mean. There's no At this point, there's no other way to describe a particular group of people without saying Akata, because
Correct,
we're
correct,
all
correct,
black,
correct.
you know?
Fact,
And we do
fact.
this. Like, I remember growing up, even Caribbeans, what did I know that Caribbeans would call growing up? All the Caribbeans were what? Jamaicans.
Jamaican. No, 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 no.
All the Caribbeans were Jamaicans.
Nah, that's a fact. Like literally growing up, you would just be like, "Oh, they Jamaican."
They just all Jamaicans. So I knew when they said Jamaicans, it was the people over there,
Exactly, exactly. I'll never forget that. That was a time, bro. That was a time.
Right. So how do you feel? I mean, like, how do you feel about calls for Africans to stop using the word akata and just like the policing of the use of that word? Like, what do you think about that? How far can we get in that conversation of, using that word?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't think I have the right. Like, I don't come into African American conversations and try to change language and manipulate language and tell them to say this or not to say this. For example, like I've heard there's a new word they call tether. Uh,
Child. Now let me explain to the people what tether means, because I have experience with this word being thrown at me, and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Excuse me." So a few months back, I had a moment on Twitter, and in my bio, I had my Cameroon flag. One of the common insults or one of the common responses were that I was African, therefore I was a tether. Now, if you don't know what a tether is, the idea of a tether comes from that Jordan Peele movie, Us, where the tethers were living underground and the tethers had a clone of themselves living above ground. So the tethers were like, the uncivilized, they hadn't breathed fresh air, they were in like prison uniforms, they were just uncivilized underground people.
terrible.
So when I'm seeing this word be thrown around to refer to African, I said, hold on. Wait a minute. I know y'all not calling us Underground Railroad, underground, under the
Bruh,
train.
bruh.
What? The people was eating rabbits in that movie. I said, I know y'all not calling us tethers. Because I am insulted.
Uh,
I am insulted because there was
uh,
kind of like an implication that like we are clones or something, like we are not the original version or so. I was shocked. I was shocked at that word being used that way. So yeah, so I just want to give explanation. Continue.
so yeah, like there's this new word tether that that they're using. Now, whether you choose to use that word to offend me or not, I don't have jurisdiction over your community.
Right.
Like, I don't got no say over how to police
Where do I even
what
begin?
you cannot say.
Yeah.
Now, for the word akata, I've already told you it ain't what you think it is. It's not what it is. That being said, get over yourself.
Fair enough.
Get over yourself. Right now, you just want to be angry just to be angry. It's not what it is. Get over yourself.
Right.
You invited to the wake keeping. You
You
invited to
know,
you know what I'm saying?
come and eat.
You can pull up. You can pull
It's
up.
cool.
We fuck with you guys. Like,
Just behave yourself like everybody else, and it's fine.
that's our family. Y'all, my
We
family, like it's
cousins.
cool.
Mm-hmm. We
Cousins.
cousins. But the language policing is not gonna get far because first of all, it's generational. You could tell us one thing, but you're not about to tell my mother and father shit.
Straight
You're
up.
not about to tell them nothing, okay? That's what
Straight
they
up.
grew up with. That's what they know. It ain't never hurt nobody, never harmed nobody.
Your dad's generation, your dad's generation, my daddy's generation. What we usually call men of that generation who are like strict and very we call it commando.
Commando.
Commando kind of like commando kind of husband, like very strict,
Drill
follow rules,
sergeants.
drill sergeants. There
Mm-hmm.
you go, call them drill sergeants.
Mm-hmm.
And the men of that generation, they don't like that. They don't like that, but it's true. Niggas is drill sergeants.
Very much so. Very, yeah, you know about and that generation, they even go harder when it comes to what your elders say stands. So we're not about to tell them nothing. There's very few battles that we get with them. I will say, my family is growing. We have a new few and
Okay.
Fu's mother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fufu. I'm an auntie now. Fu's mother's African American, and I literally had to have a conversation with my family, particularly the older people in my family, of like, watch your mouth,
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. That
watch your
is a
mouth.
child.
That's all. Watch your mouth. I cannot control what they, do amongst themselves, but when we
Mm-hmm.
round our other side of the family, watch your mouth. That's all.
Watch your mouth.
Because
Watch your mouth.
of
Yeah.
fortunately and unfortunately with the internet we get so much exposure to other people's cultures, other people's,
Mhm.
before this used to be something amongst us, but now it's mainstream. Now it's being talked about. So if they felt a way about that word, you knew better.
Mhm.
You should have, you knew better.
I agree.
You knew better. So, but yeah, I really like to re-emphasize the point of the dry hating because sometimes it's said in a way to like give you a backhand compliment. That's why I think it shouldn't be taken so seriously because there is a
Mhm.
little bit of like FOMO in that of like, oh, I wish I had that thing y'all got, that cool.
And that's really what it is. That's really what it
It's
is.
a little bit of FOMO, It's
You know?
it's a little bit of
Yeah,
FOMO.
it's really that's really what it is. You want to be me. I know. I know.
I get it. I get it.
Like,
I cracked
I
the
do.
code.
Exactly.
I got,
Exactly.
them people. I was able to get a little bit of that sauce. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Want to
get
be
it.
me so bad. I get it.
I get it. You know. But I will say, I do think it's rude. I do think the term is rude.
Mhm.
I do think that African people should at least be courteous enough to not say it around those who would be negatively affected.
Yeah, I
You
agree. I
know.
agree. I agree.
But I don't feel like it's necessary to police the language because similarly, Africans, when we're called the Africans, I be feeling like, what you mean by that?
And like exactly. Or oh, you speaking African.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
And
that?
over time you just grow a sense of just like understanding. They mean well. They're not well informed.
It's ignorance, really.
Ignorance. They're not well informed. My thing is, where is the like? Is it coming from a place of purity? Like, are you
Right,
trying to mean well, or are you trying
right.
to?
Is it innocent?
Is it innocent? If it's
Mm-hmm.
innocent, bless your heart. I'm gonna educate you a little bit. Bless your heart. He's trying to connect.
Right,
Bless you.
right.
Now, take this education for you. Or as Dave Chappelle would say, take these nigga lessons.
And that's where we come in real handy because I'm able to communicate to both sides. Like I've had to tell my African friends, African coworkers of like, this is what you're doing to offend people, or this is
Uh-huh.
what you're doing that's making
Uh-huh.
people uncomfortable. And I've been able to tell my African American friends like, hey, this is what you're doing to offend.
Uh-huh.
So this is where we come in real handy. We're like a nice little cushion,
It's a
bridge the
nice
gap.
bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap. Because at the end of the day, we're all still like we're just, I think, to as Black people, we appreciate distinction. Like we don't want to be lumped in as just everybody's just Black, everybody has the same experience, the same Black culture. So
Exactly.
we're always trying to create that distinction. I think what's unfortunate is that we inevitably have like hierarchies in the distinction where we're like, oh, those people over there, those people that act like that, it come off a little, y'all not like
And
us.
there's hierarchy amongst West Africans as well, though.
And that's a really good point. Because I'm like, what other groups of Black people fail to realize about Africans? We even insult each other. It's not
So
just
each other. When they get down to crunch time, and it's like we want to now highlight the different West African countries that are really doing it. We separate, and now we start insulting each other. We'll
we
call
have
Liberians. We'll call Liberian uncouth. Call them
rude,
uncouth people.
rude, so fucking
Rude.
disrespectful, so rude.
We'll call Nigerians. You people are too proud.
You're too proud. You're
You
too
people are
proud.
too proud. You are not really giants. Calm down.
Amongst each other, like I think that's why I feel like we get offended when we're called the Africans because it's like we know Africa's a continent.
Continent.
Inside this continent, there are thousands of hundreds of thousands, even in one country, there are
Just
hundreds
in
of thousands of
Cameroon alone,
hundreds.
there's like 200 and something ethnic groups.
Yeah.
Just
That's
in
why we
Cameroon.
get offended by that because it's like, don't lump us into this big old category when even in our countries, we're not lumped that way. We're not, you know? So, all in all, pipe down from the Akata, pipe
Pipe down.
down. It's not serious. It's not that serious. I promise y'all. It's not. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. All right. Okay, next thing. So we have this video. We're gonna post it here. I don't know how we should do this. I don't know if I should just play it so that. Okay, so in this video, the caption says social media reacts to trending Ghanaian wedding where the groom's brother sent him off the dance floor to show him how to dance with his wife. And in the comment section, there was various opinions about this, particularly related to whether this was appropriate, whether this was a little, it didn't fit the setting, like a wedding or whatever. So me and Tazi have differing opinions on this video. So Tazi, why don't you kick us off with what you think about this?
All right. So I seen the video, and please don't crucify me for this. The women out there, don't crucify me. But like, I remember growing up in Cameroon. There's certain things that they would men and women would do, men and men would do, women and women would do that would just be considered as friendly behavior. So I saw that and I was like, I'm pretty sure the bride has a great relationship with the brother. And the groom is also comfortable with that relationship. It's like a real friendly relationship, and this is just all fun and games. This is just I'm pretty sure the older brother is the kind of older brother who be picking on the younger brother for not being manly enough or not asserting himself in certain ways. So that's probably his way of picking on him throughout their childhood. And this is just a little joke he did with his wife. Now I understand that majority of the people will look at this like it's crazy. But I have a cousin myself that I can do that to his wife. Oh. I could do that to his wife, or she will not have an issue with it. I can push him off his wife and start dancing with her. Now I will say that man was holding that woman a little too close. He was holding that woman a little too close. I will say that. But I think the act itself,
It was innocent.
it was
So you're
innocent
saying
though.
at your wedding, you're there. Let's say it's towards the end of the night. You're starting to, dance a little lazy. They push you out the way and they say, "My." And mind you, I ain't gonna add no asterisks. I'll just say they push you out the way. They get one of your brothers to come and dance with your wife, and he's dancing. He holding her the way this man was holding her.
The only person who is approved to do that kind of thing is my father. My father can come and push me out the way and just start dancing with my wife.
So if
That
it
is.
was your brother, it would not be okay.
If it's my brother, you know what? No. Edmond can do it because I know that he will probably have a great relationship with the woman I want to marry. It
Mm-hmm.
will be a very brotherly, sisterly relationship. My dad and and my brother. But
Your brother. Exactly.
it,
Okay.
it,
Okay.
it ends there. And I will not feel no way. I will not feel no way like, oh, you trying, this is inappropriate or whatever. Now, where I would say that video was inappropriate was, all right, nigga,
No,
don't be put your nyash.
don't be
Don't put
holding her as if it's your
your
wedding day.
the nyash is just there compounding on you. No. That's too much. That's too much.
Okay. In my opinion, for a wedding day, this was inappropriate.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. You do this anywhere else. You can do this at a regular barbecue on a regular Saturday. On the wedding
On
day, I
wedding
don't care
day?
if that man was sitting down next to her watching. No, very inappropriate.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Now I think of it two ways. I think of it if it was me and I was the bride and
Mhm.
my husband's brother came and danced behind me, uncomfortable. Turn me around. What do you like? Why we don't dance with me like my husband would dance with me?
I
Dance with
agree.
me like a brother.
Yep, I agree.
Dance with me like you my brother. Now, second thing is if the roles were reversed, if I was dancing lazy and someone come and put another woman in front of my husband, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no both ways, actually. And I think my reaction to this was specifically because of the occasion. It's a wedding. Like, this is the
Wedding.
one day where all the attention is on these two people. Like, there is no universe in my head where I would think, let's take attention away from these two people. Even if he's dancing lazy, the DJ should have hyped him up. Other people should come to dance with something. But to replace him, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Brother just came out of nowhere with his sandals. I said,
If I was
Jesus.
the bride, I would have been like, "Am I on sale or something? What is going
Mm,
on?
mm,
What is
mm.
going
He's an
on?
option. I
Mm-mm.
thought the grand price has been paid.
What? Why are other people getting samples of me? What's going on?" So that being said, my next question, my question overall. So this was a Ghanaian wedding. I think this video was like on social media platforms. Maybe the shade it looked like Shade Room font, so I'm gonna assume it was a Shade Room. So when
Uh-huh.
other groups are seeing cultures for the first time, and we don't have to say a brother dancing with a bride is necessarily a culture or tradition, but just like the friendliness that comes with certain cultures, right? If other groups are perceiving these cultures and seeing something as like wrong or maybe inappropriate, is that worth that practice being evaluated, reevaluated, discussed, or is it just like I don't know? Like, how do you gauge whether a culture might be reevaluated or whether other people are just don't get it? Like they just don't get the practice that's going on. You know, how do you assess that?
How do you gauge?
Yeah,
All right, there's this website called Expedia. You catch a flight, you go to that country, and you go live with them people a little bit.
that answer was spicy as hell, but I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
you know,
I see what you're getting at. Mm-hmm.
anybody who got an issue with how people's cultures is or whatever, you speaking from a very like you're speaking from your standpoint, from the standpoint of your culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a good example. Before I went to school in Cameroon, I was born in the United States. So growing up and seeing like a gay man and speaking about what homosexuality is in America was a very normal conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
You could see you if you were to see two men holding hands down the street in Washington D.C., they're gay. That is clear. These are clear men who are gay. There's no question about it. However, in Cameroon, once I got indoctrinated into the culture, Culturally speaking, in Cameroon, it is very normal to see two men holding hands, and it is not homosexuality. It is just a sign of friendship. It's like
Mm-hmm.
having each other up. I have
Mm-hmm.
held men's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Hold their hand like this, and you're walking down the street. Dead ass. Dead ass. Like you hold your hand like this, and you're talking about the exams that are about to come up, and it's a regular thing, it's a regular
Right.
thing. It don't mean now I will say that it's very common amongst boarding school students. It's not very common when you like when you go into the town,
Mm-hmm.
but
Like
it's
grown
you can
men.
see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I meet up my man's right in town, I'll dap him up. We do the thing. We snap the fingers like this, and we're having a conversation. And I'll dap him up again, and we're having like a very intimate conversation about something. We just will be holding hands and just walking down the street, walking down the street.
Swinging.
We're having our conversation like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna get the table on Friday,
While you're
and
holding
while
hands.
you're holding hands, walking down the
Swinging.
street, we're gonna call the girls and da 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 da, and that's it. And then that's it, and we walk away.
You know?
Walk away, and that's it. But it's
Yeah.
not. It's not. It's but it's. I understand if somebody from another culture were to look at that, you're gay. Or American culture, they'll look at that. This is gay. This is
Mm-hmm.
gay. And I get it, but it's not. And calm down, Hakuna your tatas. You know, like it's just a different culture. You just don't understand the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to have that mindset, I strongly agree that for you to have that level of objectivity, you have to travel.
That's fair.
You have to
Very much fair.
travel and understand people's different cultures.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I agree to an extent. I
Mm-hmm.
think I agree. Yeah, I agree that like sometimes when you're perceiving someone else's culture through your cultural lens, things
Mhm.
can be misinterpreted because
Correct.
you didn't grow up with that being normalized. So it's literally not in you to process something as like it's okay, like it's not what you
Mhm.
think it is. You're processing it through your world, which is not the only world, right? That's where
Correct.
I agree. Where I have some reservations
Mhm.
is where I'm like, there are cultural practices, number one, that are problematic.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? There
I agree.
and it's like, this is problematic no matter how y'all want to spin it or talk about it, it's problematic. And two, I think sometimes people use cultural practices to cloak misbehavior a little bit.
It's true.
For example, I remember around the time when Chance the Rapper went to Carnival and he was dancing with some girl. They were holding him and he was doing they were
Chance caught a stray.
they were, he was, and I feel like the dramatics in which he was using to dance also added to the side eye because if he was just doing 1 2 1 2 a girl just hit him pom 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 and it was a quick little it wouldn't have been no thing. It's the scene that was made.
Chance.
It's the scene that was made. And I remember around that time people like,
Hey,
oh,
I saw that video. My man was.
hey hey hey
I
hey hey
said,
hey hey hey. I
he
said
said,
hold
nigga lean
on,
back. And the nigga
this
lean
is a
back like
married
this.
man. This is a
Oh.
married man. Wait a minute. And I remember the comment section was like, oh, this is just, it's just dancing. This is just culture. Blah, blah. And I said, because if my husband was getting that 1 2 1 2, it's the lean back. You could get the 1 2 1 2 straight, stay, you standing straight up. It's the lean back that had me like, hold on.
And then 1 2 1 2, it gotta almost be like you gotta whisper in her ear, be like, I appreciate that. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for
Thank you so
that.
much. I
And
appreciate
then
it.
everybody go on their way.
And you
But
know,
it was the lean. It was there was a crowd. I knew something wasn't right. And I remember shortly after that, Mr. I Love My Wife announced he was getting a divorce. And I said, see, that was a single man dancing. Y'all try
that
to use
was
culture to say, oh, it's just dancing. Da, 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 da. No, something else was going on. Something else is going on. Y'all try to gaslight me, and I knew. So that's my only thing. Is like I feel like when the good thing about like others viewing cultures is like they don't have the context, so they're just getting it for what it looks like.
This is
Granted, even though you're seeing it through your cultural lens, maybe your cultural lens provides another perspective that the culture practicing would have had, to where they could be like, hold on, maybe we should at least consider what this looks like.
correct.
We ain't
Correct.
got to change nothing, but we should at least acknowledge that to others, this look crazy.
Correct. Correct.
This look crazy. That's all.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you ain't got to change nothing.
I understand. I understand. It looked crazy. We know.
It
You
looked
know.
crazy. That wedding, I don't know. That wedding, I don't know. I don't know.
No, no, no. Look. I understand, and I know I speak from a place of like this is I'm an anomaly, but I understand that for the vast majority, and the vast majority being probably like 90%.
Mm-hmm.
See this as very
That look
strange.
crazy.
That look crazy.
That look crazy.
Look crazy.
Do that at like a birthday party or something where everybody's in or family reunion where everybody's vibing. The wedding day, inappropriate. Inappropriate. Okay, we'll agree to disagree on that one. That's okay. Now, the last thing. So there's this video. Oh, child. There is this video of this white man, and he seems to be the groom. And this man comes out and he goes nuts. Are you kidding me? So we're gonna play the video for y'all real quick. Every time I watch this video, bro.
Oh, I think I know this video. I think I know this one you talk about. I think I know this one.
Oh, let me just let it play. This man.
Yeah, I know this video.
It's the run across the fucking dance floor for me.
And then his niggas,
They trying to hold the flag.
his boys came out.
They trying to hit a little 1 2 1 2.
You know what I'm
He was
saying?
waiting.
His boys came out. That nigga look like the Delta Force.
Nixie son.
Two towards Semperfi.
Alright, that's the video. All right. So tell me, what was your first impression?
To be real, I just think this man done made him a queen.
Oh,
He done made him a queen.
He done ate
And she
bono soup,
she
okra soup.
did some things to this
And
man.
goosey soup is just running through his veins.
And my man is just,
He don't gotta do a green bean casserole never again.
I'm pretty sure before he went out, she said, babe, in this moment right here,
Go crazy.
you know white people should just go crazy. Whatever you feel, you know how white people be dancing, like when they dance in the club. I swear for God, I seen this as a white dance. The wife, I'm at a party. The wife is putting up like a fake red,
Like a bull.
red kick for the bull, and the husband does this with his hands and follows into the. I swear, I never seen no shit like this. And follows into the wife and just goes. I said, hey, what is this? What's going on here now? What's going on here? When people are doing in the club and doing mess in the club, you're here doing bull thing, and I'm like, nah, this is a.
Oh my god, but that's so,
Do this on beat.
that is so funny.
Bruh, I never seen no shit like this in the middle of a
I
club.
want that type of love. Whatever they got, I want some of that.
Whatever they got going on. That's it. That's what I want. Nothing more, nothing less.
They said.
And it's like this nigga had the dirtiest Vans on. Oh God!
It's love.
And here goes.
That's all that matters. But yeah, you're right. I know this man's wife said, you've been waiting to be Nigerian, today's your day.
Today is your day. Go crazy.
I think that's for me on there. You could go crazy.
My man's came out. I said, I know that's fucking right. I know that's fucking right. You have made it.
What?
You have made
He
it.
been waiting.
The parent, I'm pretty sure the daddy's been giving you hell. The mama giving you hell. And you know, the mama has probably been looking at the way he's eating for food and just like, that's not, and just slap his hand like that. That's not how you eat that food. Cut it like this and boil it like this. This.
He been practicing.
Yes.
What?
You've been practicing. So all of that is just going through his
Oh, that's
mind.
what he said. That's what he said.
This nigga did it like Beyonce at the Super Bowl when she brought me the stage.
What?
I say, yo, what the
He
fuck?
been waiting. This man been waiting. He don't work hard.
He don't work hard.
Oh my
So
goodness.
God bless that
God
man.
bless him,
His
man. I
matrimony
wish
is
him nothing but the
good.
best. That man seemed to
Nothing
be
but the
more
best.
than happy to be Nigerian for a day.
You know. Oh,
So good.
that was a
All
great
I know
video.
is for me, don't disgrace me like that, please.
I said, no, I
Don't
was,
disgrace me like that, please. I'm looking back at our wedding
look,
videos and you're only coming and spinning around like a.
I'm a, I personally would have a conversation with the man and say, behave yourself. Behave yourself. I know you're kind.
I know how people behave. So today,
I know how you
mind yourself well.
behave yourself.
Mind yourself
Mind
well.
yourself. Yeah, you see, have you seen anybody behave like this in this hall today?
And I know he dropped money on that wedding too. So he said,
Oh,
let
of
me run
course,
around
of
this shit I
course.
paid for.
Because the one thing I like about African parents, West Africans specifically, is we gonna tax that ass when you don't come from. We gonna tax that ass when you don't come from our area. We gonna spank you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's called a luxury
You
tax.
getting,
You know,
oh, mm-mm-mm.
gonna spank you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is.
You know?
And for the African Americans, don't get your panties in a bunch. This is also very, very significant to even a West African like myself.
Exactly.
If I go and marry a woman from another place, they're gonna spank me a little bit. They're gonna spank me a little bit because you are taking our daughter.
Flower, you're carrying our goods away.
Yeah, carry
You
her
know?
away. So, the bride price gonna be a little bit.
But I know they let him do his thing because he paid his dues. He
Pay his dues. I know the father was probably sitting there with a less card with a toothpick and saying, "I look, lads, let him dance, let him dance." He probably said some shit in his dialect and say, white man behavior.
Let him do his thing though. Today is his one and only day. So that was a good laugh, Chad. That was great. That was great.
Very necessary, very necessary, very
All
necessary.
right. And join us in our episode next week. We will be talking about a viral video. It's a clip. I saw a clip. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. We'll have to watch the whole thing before the next episode. Where parents are, I think sons are confronting their fathers. I'll see if they have I'll see if they have other ones. We'll have to see if they have other ones, but I think it's something along the lines of like African sons confronting their fathers and African children confronting their parents. And we'll just talk about that because that is very, I like that. That's
You
new.
know,
I like that. So
you know, when it comes to male development, it hit me in a very emotional
mm-hmm,
spot.
mm-hmm.
Because you niggas, you African men, you guys that are out here, you're moving around outside unhealed and fucked up.
So we're gonna talk about it.
And you on hell. So we're gonna talk
We're
about
gonna talk about
this.
it. We're gonna talk about it. So join us in our next one. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
You want to see Kelele? Roll up my weed, let me be Kelele. As I spend my money.